Hey guys, welcome to my playthrough of Jedi Knight on the Old Republic. I'm going to talk over this, so hopefully that will mean that YouTube's content thingy won't pick up this music and I'll be able to put it on my channel. So, what I'm doing this for, I'm starting a new character again for Jedi Knight. I've done all 8 of the classes already, but I thought that given with this Dark vs. Light event, and you've got to take at least one character from level 1 to level 50 to get some of the rewards, I thought that it would be a good time to start again. Now, I picked Jedi Knight because this is the first character that I ever created on the Old Republic, and this was way back when it first started, so we're talking 5 years ago now. So I thought it'd be good to play through it again and just have a look at what everything's going. Apart from this first bit, I'm going to do my best not to talk through the cutscenes too much, and I'll point things out in the game as it goes through, because no matter how many characters you have on the same server, when you first start a new character, it always gives you the tutorials as well. So I'm going to stop talking now so we can see the rest of this cutscene.
Welcome to Tython, Padawan. Everyone at the temple is looking forward to meeting you. Your former masters praise your combat skills. They say you're becoming an expert duelist.
I've never fought anyone I couldn't beat, including my masters.
Impressive claim. If you're seeking fresh challenges, you'll find them. The Jedi Council will assign you a new master to oversee your final trials. You'll be tested in ways you can't imagine. But when you leave Tython, you'll know what it means to be a Jedi Knight. More importantly, you'll know yourself.
Being a Jedi Knight is my calling. What else can the masters tell me?
Many Padawans feel the same way until they face the trials. That's why releasing preconceived notions is part of the Jedi Code. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. Enter your training with an open mind. You might surprise yourself. There's a speeder here that will take you to... Hang on. Getting an emergency signal. Flesh Raiders, armed with blasters? You must be mistaken.
You could hear the blaster fire. Go help!
Calm down, Padawan. Never rush into a fight before knowing your enemy. Flesh Raiders are a species of hostile natives. They're smart enough to use tools and violent beyond reason. I'm sending every able-bodied Jedi down to the Padawan training grounds right away. Especially you.
What makes me any better than the others?
You've been trained for dangers like this. I know I can count on you. Take the speeder outside to the training grounds, push back the Flesh Raiders, and find out if they're really using advanced weapons. Go. I'll catch up with you after I alert the Jedi Council. May the Force be with you.
Alright, so here we go to start with. So the first thing I'm going to do is switch to a better user interface. So this is one that I've got set up for my other characters, all saved in there, already organised, so that I can just do it quickly and easily, and I've got all my bars there that I want to get to. You also would notice the tutorial, so this pops up all the time. There's some basic stuff about it. This dark versus light screen, pause it if you want, just to have a bit of a read of it, so it'll give you a bit of background on the dark versus light event. For this, I'm actually recording after the fact, because when I first played this game, when I first started this character, I'd actually lost my voice, so it was no good me doing commentary then. So I'm going back and doing it now. So you'll see me just now rearranging my skills, because I've got, you know, from my other characters, I've got a particular way that I like to set up my my skills. So we haven't got very many at the moment. We've got 2 attacking on the top left. We've got a healing and a boost on the middle right. And then there's a lightsaber form like in the middle. And then there's some travel things. We've also got, for those of you that haven't played the game for a while, some new mission symbols. So the ones that we're mainly concerned about are the purple ones. So they're the ones that will be important for us. Because there was some changes made at 4.0, which is the Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion, where instead of having to do everything throughout the whole bloody game, you can just do the purple ones. You can do the extra ones if you want and level up quicker, but this game levels up quick enough, you don't really need to do it. And if you just want to hurry through it, and for the dark versus light, don't bother with that. Another thing that was done, it wasn't in 4.0, it was before that, I forget the release that it was, but they actually made it that you don't have to discover taxis anymore. So when you first get to a taxi, they'll all be there, ready for you to go. You will still have to discover the quick travel points, but you won't have to click on them, they should automatically activate. So one thing I would definitely suggest is picking up the cooldowns for quick travel. Definitely worth it when you want to get about quick. I've got it down to 0, so I can use it as many times as I like. I'm not sure what it is now, because it's been so long since I bought the cooldowns for quick travel from the cartel market. And I think it used to be 20 minutes cooldown. Well, it might have been 5, I don't know, but like I said, I've got it at 0 now, and well worth using some cartel coins to get that. So what we're doing now, we're moving on to a basic mission. So with this one, we just got to kill 10 things, pretty basic sort of a thing, and also a standard thing. You'll notice that enemies are red, there's neutral things that are yellow, and green things are friendly. So the red things you can kill, the yellow things, if you attack them, they'll become red so you can kill them, and green stuff you can't kill. So I just picked up a good bit of gear. I tend to not worry too much about gear in this beginning part of the game. If you're starting to have trouble, maybe have a look at getting some better gear, but for the most part, the green gear that you pick up's pretty good for what you want to do. You know, and like I said, you'll level up quickly throughout this. Like, yeah, don't worry too much. And see that? I killed like 9 things, and I've gone up a level to start with. So you'll very quickly get out of this. Well, level up.
You're unharmed. Good. Flesh Raider shot me in the leg while I was rescuing some Padawans. Don't know where these things got blasters, but I know how to use them. I've been evacuated to a med center, but the fighting isn't over.
I'm up to my neck in monsters here.
Another Padawan found a cave tunnel the Flesh Raiders used to enter this valley. I need you at that tunnel, making sure the Flesh Raiders don't get any more reinforcements through it.
Apparently, I'm the only competent warrior on the whole planet.
Arrogance is unbecoming of a Jedi, as are petty insults. We need to end this conflict before anyone else gets hurt. Find the tunnel along the mountain range. May the Force be with you.
Yeah, so after a while, the enemies will respawn. So obviously I took that long in that cutscene that while I was in there, they all respawned. It's easy enough to kill things anyway. So, one other thing that's handy to purchase from the cartel market is these rocket boots. They only last for about 30 seconds, but they boost your speed to 110%, which is what you get from the level 3 speeder. What's extra good about them though is it can be used in indoor places where the speeders can't be used. So another thing to pick up if you want to get around a bit quicker. So yeah, at this point for me, it's all about how quick I can do it, and I'm by no means the fastest player going through this, but you know, I've learnt a lot as I've been playing the game for the last 5 years. But this was my first MMO as well, so it was an entirely new experience. I mean, I played a few RPGs and whatnot, but not MMOs. Also, you'll see this green barrier up here. This is what's called a phase. So, outside of the phase, what happens is that the enemies can respawn and you'll meet other players. But with this, unless you're in a group with phases, you'll just be in there on your own, and whatever you kill will stay dead. Another thing that you'll notice has just popped up is there's a bonus mission in here. So bonus missions are optional objectives that you can do in a mission that'll just help you level up a bit more and get you a bit more credits and gear as well. So through this run I'm going to try and do most of them. I think there's one or two I missed out because I'm actually recording this after the fact, as I said before. So yes, but we'll generally try and go through them. So I've gotten a lot about Tython, to be honest. And as a starting planet, in fact most of the starting planets are fairly bland, you know, they don't really fit for a nice big, you know, galactic conflict. And I know back at the beginning of the game, you know, this Treaty of Coruscant, and it's supposed to you know, mean that there's peace between the Empire and the Republic, but the only planet that really feels like it's, you know, there's conflict going on is Ord Mantell. Yeah, because Nal Hutter's like crime lord and Korriban Sith, but yeah.
Stop struggling, Padawan. Your life was over the moment you set foot here. Because the Order must evolve, and you are weak.
Whatever your problem is, Ugly, I'm here to end it.
You are dangerous. You killed my soldiers. Not attacking, cleansing. And we have only begun.
I'll do some cleansing of my own.
So you would have seen that option had a little red icon with it. That means it's got dark side points, which is part of the dark versus light. Is you've got to get one character to light 5 and one character to dark 5. So that's what on this one I'm going to aim to get to dark 5. So I'll be picking all the dark side options.
You two all right? What happened here? Thank the Force that you're both safe. This man's no Jedi. At least not one of us.
If he wasn't like us, what was he?
I'd call him Sith. but the Empire doesn't know where Tython is. This lightsaber, there's something familiar about it. Strange. You held off all these attackers by yourself with only a practice saber. Impressive.
The Force was with me, as usual.
Don't confuse confidence with arrogance, Padawan. Your masters should have taught you the difference. This battle's over, but we don't want any more flesh raiders coming through here. That should hold them back for now.
You should have left that open. You could have used it to destroy the Flesh Raiders.
Declaring war is the last thing we should do. There's too much we don't know about our enemy. Not yet. I'll get you to a med center. You seem all right to travel alone. Report to the Jedi Council.
Going to a boring meeting is the last thing on my mind right now.
Sounds familiar, but you're still going, Padawan. Follow the path leading out of this valley. You'll find the Jedi Temple through the mountain pass. See you there.
So the next thing, I'm going to turn off some chat settings just because I really don't like seeing everybody talk in general chat, and sometimes it can get quite interesting. We'll leave the word as. So I've got this thing called Other Setup where it'll just give certain things, and you can create your own tab and like put general things in there. Like you see, everything's off in here except for conversation and character login, so that if I get any of my friends, which I haven't got any on this, I've just put combat information in, so every time I kill something, that'll pop up in there. It's another thing, this is an MMO and it's supposed to be, multiplayer, but I generally play alone. A lot of the time it's because I'm on the west side of Australia, which is a long way away from everything else, and I can't really put in the time for guild, so I mainly play on my own. So this is some unlocks. One of the other achievements is to kill 50 enemies with HK 51. Now luckily for me, I'd already unlocked him, because otherwise you'd have to go through a whole quest line on Belsavis and between light and dark characters. So instead I can, because I've already done that, I can unlock him through the cartel market, which means I can have a companion before you normally would as well. You'll also see that flashing red symbol below. It means that he's got a bit of gear he can't use. Now, the only reason he can't use that bit of gear is because we're not the right level, because we need at least a level 50 to be able to use that rifle. So for the moment, he's not going to have a rifle. Cool. That will stop soon, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. And also, you can change the role of your companion as well on the companion screen there. Before, companions had certain roles: tank, healing, and DPS, but now you can set it to whatever you like. So I like healing companions, so that's what I tend to have mine set at. Cool. Now we'll head on over to the Jedi Temple. Yeah, nobody wants to chat with other players tutorial. So see, other people have unlocked HK51 as well, so they can try and get that achievement. Oh, hate it when that happens. One hiding. You'll notice as well that HK isn't attacking at the moment. I think that's because he hasn't got a weapon. But it's okay, because I'll get a weapon for him in a minute.